Okay, so I thought I would attempt a tag video. I've seen this one going around. I think this was originally by Muckman Movies. I've seen several people do it, most recently Lisa Loves. So I thought I would give it a shot. This is my top 10 feel-good movies. So for number 10, I've got Drive Me Crazy from 1999. This is my favorite teen movie. I was graduated long before this movie came out, but I think my sister was in high school when we first watched it, and I've always been emotionally immature. But this one has a great cast, starring Melissa Joan Hart and Adrienne Grenier, a lot of other people, a lot of familiar faces. It's got a great soundtrack, in my opinion. I mean, it's pop songs, but I like that. And it's one of those movies where they make a deal to pretend to date each other to make the people that they really want to be with jealous. But then, you can guess what happens. But I've always thought this one was a lot of fun. At my number 9, I've got Benny and June from 1993, another quirky romantic comedy starring Aidan Quinn, Mary Stuart Masterson, Johnny Depp. Oliver Platt is in this. Julianne Moore. Also a small part by Lynette Walden. The hat I used to wear in past videos was a nod to Johnny Depp's character in this movie, but sadly the hat got crushed. Aww. I'm sure everybody's seen this one, but if you haven't seen it, Aidan Quinn and Mary Stuart Masterson play brother and sister, and he takes care of her because she's mentally ill. She does a lot of eccentric type things, and then Johnny Depp comes into their lives, and he's also a little bit different. It also has a great soundtrack, or at least the two songs that I know by the Proclaimers and Temple of the Dog. But mostly I'm a fan of Mary Stuart Masterson and Johnny Depp, and I enjoy both of their performances. At number 8, I've got Legal Eagles from 1986, starring Robert Redford, Deborah Winger, Daryl Hannah, Terrence Stamp, Brian Dennehy. Romantic comedy crime thriller. This one's got a lot of nostalgia for me because we didn't get a VCR until I was in 11th grade, and then we joined the Columbia House Video Club or Movie Club, whatever it was called, and one of the first movies that we got was this movie because my mom picked it out because it had Robert Redford in it, and I watched it over and over, and I still really enjoy it. At number 7, I've got Charlie's Angels from 2019. I don't care what anybody says. I love this movie. I think it's so much fun. I love Elizabeth Banks' sense of humor. It's got a great cast. I think all of the angels are great. Visually, it's fun and colorful. I like the soundtrack. I own the soundtrack. But during the pandemic, this was one of my go-to movies, and it always made me feel better. At number 6, I've got About a Boy from 2002. I like Hugh Grant in most things, so I could have gone with music and lyrics. I really like that one too, but I decided to go with this one to give the list a little more variety. You could call this one a Christmas movie. It takes place around Christmas, but it's more of a dramedy. Another great cast. It's got Nicholas Hoult, Toni Collette, Rachel Weisz. It's also got a great soundtrack. Just really love this movie. At number 5, I've got Spice World from 1997. This is the lowest rated movie on my list according to IMDb. Originally I had several music related movies, but I decided to go with just this one. I love the Spice Girls. This movie is fun and colorful and silly. I like the style of comedy. There's one quote, I can't remember it exactly, but it's about Melanie C becoming a ski jump champion if she could only get over her fear of heights and snow, and if she could just get her hands on a pair of skis. At number 4, I've got While You Were Sleeping from 1995. Originally I didn't have this on the list, but we watch it just about every year around Christmas. And I had to have something with Sandra Bullock in it on the list. Another romantic comedy. The supporting cast is fantastic. Sadly, a lot of them have passed away because they were older. But just, a really sweet movie, but also funny. So I never get tired of watching it. At number 3, I've got A League of Their Own from 1992, which I also originally didn't have on the list because it makes me cry every single time I watch it, but I decided that wasn't disqualifying because it is a feel-good movie. It's got so many funny scenes. It's another one I just never get tired of watching, but there's so many funny scenes, and then like the dramatic stuff is so well done, and the performances are so good. At number 2, I've got Twister from 1996. This is the summer blockbuster on my list. I never get tired of watching this one. Just great cast, great soundtrack, just a lot of fun. The special effects hold up really well, I think. And at number 1, I've got Sense and Sensibility from 1995. I love this movie. I don't even know why, but I could watch it over and over on repeat. Amazing cast, Emma Thompson, Kate Winslet, Hugh Grant, Alan Rickman. It's funny, but like in a subtle way. Emma Thompson adapted the screenplay. I think she won an Oscar and maybe a Golden Globe too. But it's just like the ultimate feel-good movie for me. So that's going to be my top 10 favorite feel-good movies. I tried not to spend like an enormous amount of time on this because there's so many movies I could have went with, but those were kind of the ones that came to mind first and stuck. I could have kept, going and ended up, it was getting hard to, I didn't want to say goodbye to this movie to put this movie on there, you know what I mean? Anyway, until next time. Yeah, cheers, thanks a lot.